There we go. Let's get rocking. It's time for us to do the reveal. So, Crappy, I know this is an old video, but a good one. Go deal with Snolf, okay? Snolf, just gonna swing on by. We've got more important things to deal with than a hedgehog. And what could that be? It could be our GM for this round, the House of Mouse. So please welcome on in GM omeganumber. For a second, I saw Megan in the middle of that. I'm like, Megan. Hey, Megan. I mean, omeganumber. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Well, good. You could be omeganumber. Bulk, thanks for resubscribing, by the way.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I didn't do any trips to host escape rooms or anything like that, but it's still been good. I had a product go into testing that's going really well. No, that's good. And then my boss had a big game launch. I'll talk about it some other time if I have a chance. But yeah, no, it was a big one on Friday that went on early access, and it's been long anticipated. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna say it doesn't happen to be Blueprints, does it?
No, it was right next to it on the sales board, though.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it was like Blueprints was number 12, and Lost Guys was like number 13, I think.
Lost Guys?
Lost Guys. It's like a multiplayer survival with a grappling hook and Sky Islands.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. I worked on it a little bit, very, 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 very tiny amount. Like it's not my project, but
still cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. So that's
everything's good. All right, shall we do a game reveal?
I think I'm ready. Personally, I know this game, and I feel like I'm one of like 5 people who does. And yeah, we didn't collaborate at all when you were choosing this game. It's just that I've played it before, and it has stuck in my brain. It will never leave because the haunting title music, the weird music inside the game that is sometimes way upbeat when it doesn't make sense. But there are reasons for that.
Yeah, it comes from a different game. It was the music was actually ripped off another game from the same company.
Wait,
actually,
but this is a Disney game. How can Disney, House of Mouse, we're going with a Disney game, so how could Disney rip off music from another game?
Well, kind of Disney. The name of the game is Taikong Baobei. Or if, depending on whether you use the sticker on the front or the title screen, it's either called Space Baby or the Firmament Baby.
Because it's Easter, I am going with Firmament Baby, but Space Baby is what I've always called it, and it will always be Space Baby to me, everybody. We've got a full hour of Lilo and Stitch bootleg action coming your way. Who's going to be playing? Well, it is our friends Capndrake and Trisscorp. They've got a full hour of Space Babies. And good to see you over on YouTube. Yeah, there aren't a whole lot of people over there, but thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Habelane. There we go. I was trying to say their name, but like there are too many I's and L's next to each other, and it's small enough that it's hard. Okay, y'all need to actually hear this music, okay? No more Earthbound. We're done with Porky. And now let's go ahead and hear the music that haunts my dreams. Okay. I'm not even kidding you. Like, as soon as I saw that you were giving out Space Baby, I could hear this music that everybody is going to hear, right? Capndrake isn't playing any audio. Okay. Well, you're not going to hear it right now, then. Capndrake, why there no audio?
I think he said it was getting on his nerves or something like that.
Yeah, you know why? Well, let's see if Trisscorp has it. Trisscorp also muted the audio. Okay. There we go. That's music.
I don't know if the entirety of the soundtrack comes this, but it's from another game called Can Doom the Monsters. So it's not even written for this game. It was ripped off a different game.
I'm relatively sure this music is also in the Ice Age bootleg game, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, someone's saying they've heard it on a Crash Bandicoot bootleg. Hey, everybody, welcome to the bootleg extended universe where music is the same everywhere. Well, I'm personally ready. Let me check with the players to see if they are good to go, because if so, then we can get started a little bit early, and if OBS behaves and doesn't crash at all, that means that I can keep streaming after this and, like, play my own games. If there is anybody in chat who is wanting to give out a sub-choice game, and you've been subbed on Twitch for 12 months or more and have hit an anniversary, you are welcome. You are more than welcome to give out a game when we do sub-choice. Of course, there are some people who have already lost, who aren't subscribed right now, but were subscribed before. I don't check. I'm not gonna go and verify, yeah, blah, 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 you've doled it out. I go off of good faith. So if there is somebody who's wanting to give me a game, consider what you may give out. The players are ready to begin today, though. So let's go ahead and get that countdown done. And also, yes, the person over on YouTube said I got their name right, so I never have to say it again. Okay, we're doing the countdown, so everybody, I need you to spam your best Easter emotes, anything dealing with firmaments, babies, Lilo and Stitch. What else would be appropriate?
I guess any kind of aliens, really.
Aliens! Okay, as soon as I see movement, I will start our game. Stitch high. Yeah, we don't get all of the cutscenes because guess what? They won't make any sense. Which is probably the best part of the cutscenes in this game. Welcome to Bootleg Nightmares, where you get to deal with terrible physics and actually a game that I don't think the overall layout or idea of this game is too bad. I mean, you've got the wall climb, you've got puzzle elements in this, the platforming. It's a little hideous, but honestly, almost passable for Game Boy Color. Oh, highly dangerous. Nah. Yeah, what do you think?
It's not good. It's weird because there's some bits that really do feel like the grab on the ledge actually works like you might expect a grab to work. Like you can even pause it if you don't actually want to go up, and you can jump back down and grab if you're trying to avoid. So that's really good. I think they did some good things on the controls, but they also made it so that the aliens all take multiple hits, and they have iframes that last a very long time.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
The traversal of the game really a pain. It makes it so that sometimes you actually have to kill a monster. And sometimes you have to kind of risk it. You have to think, especially if you're in a race, am I going to stop and take the time it takes to kill this thing? Or is this too much of a risk? Or can I just kind of plow through it, you know?
I already see Capndrake getting tired of the iframes because they last so long. And I think that's probably the main reason why every time that I've played this, I've been like, you know, maybe I'll give it. And then I quickly come to think, nah, maybe I won't give it. Because it just takes so long to deal with enemies. So freaking long. Okay, Trisscorp has a key, but cannot go inside that building yet. Do you have to get a certain number of keys to get in the house?
He doesn't have the key yet.
How come it shows a key at the bottom?
It's the outline of a key. It gets filled in once you have it. So it's like a black key. It turns into a white key.
I really enjoy a HUD showing me a specific item that I don't have. Yeah, whereas the other item next to it that's flashing right now, I'm not sure what it is, but I know that Capndrake has it. It's like a lump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good item to have.
The lump?
It sometimes you have to go way out of your way to get it, though. It speeds you up. But it's also a puzzle piece. Like, there's like a little puzzle between levels, and if you get that piece, you filled in a piece of that puzzle. And I don't know if there's some special thing if you get all 12. I never experimented with that. But yeah, it's worth getting if you don't go too far out of your way for it. But it's sometimes hard to tell, like, how far out of your way you have to actually do, because the way the navigation works in it. But it does seem like Capndrake really has a good...
Capndrake making a good
Capndrake
choice.
was actually there.
Yeah, but rather than risking death, he decided to jump down into this pit, not deal with the bird. The bird could have been death, so I think that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Terribly placed bird, though.
Oh yes. No, that was actually pretty smooth there. Managed to save it because once you die, it's the level just starts over.
Oh,
so
good.
you have to do everything.
Well, we've got a very clear lead now. Oh, this music is in Ice Age. This is the auto-scroller music. I know this. I have listened to this for like half an hour straight.
It's the auto-scroller, at least the first one on this, is... Oh my god. It has something that I've never seen in a game before, and I wonder if it's going to hit our players. It's wild. But this does have a little bit of intermission levels in addition to the platforming, so...
Do, 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 do. Yeah, for those who didn't catch, what was it, Kuso Live at GDQ, when they had to play Ice Age Adventure, yeah, this song played a lot. A lot. Because that auto-scroller lasts forever. Continuation. I enjoy the word continuation. It's like... It's not providing any additional information. It's just an extra screen that doesn't need to be there.
Well, again, that piece that was blank on Trisscorp, it has the puzzle pieces. So you can actually see the puzzle you're building up. And like I said, it's probably just a purely optional thing. I don't think there's a... I don't actually know what the result is of collecting.
What if there's a secret ending to the game if you get all the puzzle pieces?
Yeah, maybe it's possible. They'll be the first ones to discover it. Oh, we'll see here.
I mean, if they get the puzzle pieces and finish the game, it could just say.
I mean, I'm not checking
continuation.
I didn't even mention.
Oh my gosh, these enemies are so slow. Just die, okay? Stitch needs a better gun. That's my ruling here. You know, out of all the Disney characters that like you commit violence with, Stitch actually makes quite a bit of sense. I feel like Stitch would do everything that you're seeing on screen. Like he had a gun, right?
Yeah, if this was a bootleg where it was like totally random, so something like Mystery of Time Over Space with the Donkey Kong one, you know, something like where it doesn't even seem like the Disney character in the slightest, I might not have given this one, but it felt like just alternate universe Disney to me. Like, yeah, no, they actually kind of tried to nail it, even if their English in the cutscenes, which we're not seeing, wasn't the greatest.
Yeah,
still,
I do recommend checking out the cutscenes if you get the chance, everybody. Like, at least the intro cutscene. It's beautifully slaughtered English, as is tradition when it comes to
read it out loud later.
Yeah,
maybe not this second, but yeah, when we hit a moment where, you know, we need some lore, like the auto scroller, I will pull up some of the lore so we can experience it.
Yeah, the Stitch sprite is not too bad. Honestly, they could have made this Stitch sprite. They could have gotten the Stitch sprite from something else, or just like made modifications to another sprite. You know, it's a little bit difficult. You can tell that some of the sprites in the game are based off of characters in the movie. Like, one of the main alien characters is just a random enemy in this game. And I kind of appreciate that, you know? He was kind of a poser.
One thing to comment on... The stars they've been getting,
yes.
So those aren't generally evil. They don't get any points for them, but if they pick up 30 of them, they do get a extra life. So that's might come into play here. Probably not, but I remember when I first started playing this, it took me forever to figure out, like, do I actually care about these stars or not? And then I finally hit 30, and it was like, oh, that's what it does.
Ha.
So.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look a little bit about the information from this game. Like, it was made from Syntax. Big surprise. What else? There's not a whole bunch of information on this game. Like, for some reason, this game used Syntax's copy protection mapper, so that's nice. They figured out how to keep you from stealing stolen stuff. Okay.
Right, you have to use, has like a little underscore fixed on the file. You have to use that version, not the raw version, otherwise it won't work. You can get the raw version onto like the right kind of drive, and I think it will work on like an EverDrive or something, and if you want to play it on a real machine.
Yep.
But for our purposes right here, where they're doing it emulated, they actually had to play one that had the copy protection fixed.
Yeah, just remember, copy protection in no way is something that is being done specifically for legal purposes. It is to get money. And yeah, you can add copy protection to anything. You can add copy protection to water. Can't copy water anymore, boys. That's just how it goes.
I like the little guy with the sword. Is that from the movie? I'm trying to remember.
Little guy with sword. That doesn't sound familiar. Well, if he's dead, I can't see it. I'm gonna have to check it out again. Uh-oh, Capndrake onto the auto-scroller. Oh no!
We'll see if...
Yeah, this is typical when it comes to Syntax games. If you touch the left side of the screen during an auto-scroller, you will die, so do not touch it.
I mean, it was almost like... because I think of the health bar was at 1, maybe that was... I don't think it was intentional, but yeah, it took me 3 times before I learned the lesson. I was like, why did that kill me? I was like very far in the level when that first killed me. And then suddenly it was I still think there's one spot where I died and I have no idea why I died. So there might be like some magic pixels to be careful about. I don't know.
Yeah.
As long as you stay in the black, mostly you're fine.
So what was the thing? You said that there's something in this auto-scroller that you haven't seen before. What?
Yeah, I had not seen that before. Now it's probably because I haven't played enough Syntax games. I know that you like to download like a whole bunch of bootlegs and play them all at once, which is how come you knew about this game. But I haven't done a lot of bootleg playing games. I've done a little bit. I mean, the only ones that I played that I had to go to really weird sites for is adventure games. But yeah, for this kind of game, I have not done due diligence in seeking them out, because usually they involve things like monsters with iframes that last forever and so forth.
I mean, geez, even in the auto-scroller, the monsters have iframes for days.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at that fly there, and it's like, I don't even know if you can kill it in the context of the screen, because your shot doesn't even go all the way across the screen either. So, like, you have to be in the right spot and then back up and then hit it like 2 more times, I don't think it's killable. I think you literally just don't have enough time before you get scrolled off the screen.
Yeah.
I tried to fight something once and I died because I scrolled off the screen to the left without moving forward because I like stopped for a moment because I was busy like adjusting, shooting, or going up and down or something. So
now you're making me think because I'm working on an NES game. I'm probably going to have to deal with iframes. Which iframes are really important. You definitely want to have iframes, especially for the main character. Not necessarily for enemies, but for the player character, yes. However, there are good ways to do it. There are bad ways to do it. This, for the player character, not necessarily a bad way to do iframes, but for enemies, oh boy. I also don't appreciate that you can't destroy the rocks that are on Capndrake's screen. Like, you should be able to shoot them. Get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, if I were making this game, I would make it so that you could break the rocks, because they're annoying. I like the little, like, space people just flying around in space, though. Those are fun enemies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing the what would I do if I was a developer game can be kind of fun because even if you're playing like something just horrible, you get something out of it just in a negative lesson sense, I guess.
Well, yeah, like every game can be a lesson in good and bad design. Like even bootlegs have good things about them. Not every game necessarily does, but you know, a lot of them do.
Mm-hmm.
What the crap is this music? I'm trying to understand this world where Captain Drake is doing some... Like, this is very folksy music, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm baffled as you are, so...
I like the lizards sticking their tongues out. That's nice. Those happen. Those are real.
Mm-hmm.
Wasps that go up and down. Those are real as well.
Mm-hmm. It does seem that Captain Drake kind of figured out the vibe a little bit faster than Trisscorp did, but not by much. But it was enough that's why he's ahead right now.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, I don't know if you got any opinion on that. It looks like Captain Drake went out of his way to make sure he got the speed boost there, though. That was good, because you actually have to swap the dial thing on the bottom there to switch from turning off one side to the other side, and he realized that he needed to switch sides so that he could get that speed boost, which is, I mean, with this kind of thing, that's really helpful to have, so.
Yeah. I'd say, like, this game does feel like you're moving pretty slowly, even if you're just playing casually, so getting any sort of speed boost definitely helps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I do think there's a certain amount of, if they did not have the things like the iframes, this game might just go too quickly by. I think they had a second goal that they were trying to fulfill where they didn't want it to be over too fast.
Well,
that might be part of it.
They don't want you to feel like you've been ripped off too quickly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a little longevity in your bootlegs. No, for real, like, the thing is, bootlegs are specifically there to trick you into buying them so that afterwards, like, if you have the, hey, wait a second moment with a bootleg, you know you got a bootleg. So, in other words, you'd buy this, you'd try playing it, and after a little while, you'd probably start thinking, this can't be real, right? And it's that sort of moment that, you know, you got ripped off. That's really the defining characteristic of a bootleg. What is this spinny fan? Oh, I love that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes into play later, kind of almost in a negative sense. You're trying to get somewhere, and the spinny fan prevents you from getting there. So I like game design elements that are like that, where it could help or hurt you, depending on where you put it.
I know so many of these sound effects. It's like the NES days where high-tech expressions had the same sound effects for both Barbie and the Simpsons games, you know? It's just perfect. But yeah, the biggest thing, yeah, this wasn't made by Disney. Obviously, if you are going to make something off of Disney's property and you're not in China, good luck. You might be in trouble. Actually, even now, if you're in China and you try to rip Disney off, you might be in trouble. I don't know. Disney's got way too much power.
Yeah, what I was gonna say. The other games that I was looking at were officially licensed, the ones that I had for a backup, but none of them were like by Disney Interactive. Like for a while, Disney had their own company. It was a very weird situation with Disney. Like, quite often would kind of flip-flop their choice in whether or not they would be making the games themselves or not, or just have a third party do it.
Yeah.
So you get so much inconsistency because of that.
I mean, there was a lot of concern that other companies, you know, essentially had been making a lot of shovelware, that Disney's like, our movies are a certain quality. We don't want people who are making subpar games to make our games. It especially, like, the whole Fantasia fiasco, I think, ended a lot of possible relationships with other groups. If you didn't know, the game Fantasia that came out on Genesis was never supposed to be made. The company that made it thought that they got permission and supposedly did, but like the top people at Disney were like, there is never supposed to be a game made off of Fantasia, never, ever, ever. And so that game never should have been made or authorized. So somehow a company, quote unquote, like, got authorized to make it, released it, it sucked, and the executives were pissed because, you know, the wishes of one of the old Disney people, not Walt Disney, but like his son Bob or whatever, yeah, that's right, Bob Disney, was like, no Fantasia game ever, and you know, those wishes were not respected, and because of that, Disney super skeptical of outside companies working on their IPs, and I think it's valid. You know, we've had a lot of shovelware over the years.
Yeah, one of the games I had to reject, I'm very sad about this, but it just was not going to work out. It was a video game version of Return to Oz, if anyone in chat knows that movie. The really psychedelic, I think a 1985 movie, but it's actually like genuinely Disney who made it. And they made an adventure game for kids based on it, and it's just as weird and creepy, and it was by US Gold.
What?
So our favorite Kuso group, yes, US Gold made it.
Oh, I love it.
Maybe sometime for Don't Make This Board. It wasn't gonna work for this. I tried a couple things and I was like, no.
Now, here are some Disney movies I want games based off of. The Cat from Outer Space, okay? Number 1. It's about a cat from outer space, a talking cat, and it's an amazing movie. Okay, second, Blackbeard's Ghost. Seriously, that game would slap. Yeah, everybody. These are like movies from the 70s when Disney did like original stories for live action movies, and they're amazing. I want Blackbeard Ghost the game. It could be an adventure game. It would work very well as an adventure game. But yeah, give it to me. Let me play Blackbeard's Ghost.
What was the name of their movie that it was like East German Escape, Midnight Crossing or something like that? They like building a hot air balloon to escape from East Germany. That was a Disney movie. That would make a really cool game. Yeah.
I don't know that one. Like, I know The Great Escape, but that's not Disney.
Right. Yeah, no, this was like, I mean, this was just, they basically adapted a true story. Somebody did actually escape from East Germany using a hot air balloon that they made by taking a bunch of fabric together and sewing it together. And they actually had to do it twice because the first one failed and the second one succeeded, except by this time they did the second one, the Stasi were onto them, basically.
Well,
and
yeah,
so they
as
had
soon as
to...
you see, like, a failed hot air balloon, you got to think, well, they might come out with a working one later. I'd be onto them as well. It doesn't take that many brains.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get caught? Or did
No, they made it out.
Yes!
Yeah, they made it out. They succeeded, yeah.
Well, in that case, the Stasi are pretty dumb. Should have stopped them, but nope. Too bad. Take that, fascist groups. Too dumb to stop a hot air balloon. It's not even that hard. All you gotta do is pop it a little bit. By the way, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I have memories of my uncle flying a hot air balloon when I was younger. And, like, they just have, like, hot air balloon festivals, and I think that we'd go down and watch him fill it up and then fly away. But I'm not 100% sure those memories are real. Maybe I should text my family. I'm gonna text my family and be like, did my uncle fly hot air balloons? Because if so, first off, that's really cool. And nerdy. He's very nerdy. Like, possibly more than me, and that's amazing.
So, how do you feel like these players are dealing with the game just generally in terms of how well they've adapted quickly and so forth? Because, I mean, I played this, but I had watched a video first, so I wasn't really like blind playing it. So I'm not really, and you just kind of loaded bootleg, so you might have a better sense of how quickly they've adapted and so forth.
I mean, I didn't make it this far. I got bored of it before this. I was like, I was sick of this game because of how slow I was. But it might have been because I didn't get the puzzle piece that let me actually go fast. The players are doing great. Oh my gosh. Okay, did Uncle Paul fly a hot air balloon when we were kids? I'll see if I have an answer before the end of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did, I want to go
Trisscorp
fly.
Was trying to do a bit that was really frustrating me. He was trying to, so like at the end where there's the exit, it looks like you ought to be able to jump and just grapple to the end, but there's like the little screw thing that's blocking it, and you can't quite reach it. You have to actually figure out where the screw thing is to undo it. So.
Oh, I apologize. I apologize. I was streaming OBS to Discord, but then after OBS crashed, I forgot to restream it. There you go. It's up there. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
You can always ask me directly. It's fine. Yeah,
it's okay.
If any of my relatives are in chat, did Uncle Paul fly a hot air balloon when we were kids? Maybe not when you were kids, but when I was kids. I don't know. But you know who else is flying high? Our referees. We've got volunteers watching to help make sure we know how far the players have made it. Right now, with Trisscorp on level 6 and Capndrake on level 7, we have a pretty clear order. But it's essentially going to be levels completed, and if they get to the same level, then whether or not the keys were found will be the breaking point for that tie. And they are on the same stage. Fantastic. So the referees for this match are Space Nautilecta, aka Firmament Nautilecta. Yeah, my favorite Nautilecta. We've also got Nakarashi feels this needs horizontal keys. Yeah, that's a good point. Too much vertical, not enough horizontal. We've also got Blastinus. So thank you all our referees for helping out. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was just thinking of weird, stupid jokes from this here. Horizontal key. But while I was playing Blue Prince, I came across a Jack Anubis. And I was like, I obviously have to take a screenshot because this is very important to have Jacked Anubis here. Let me see if I can get this shared.
Maybe one of the devs watches you. Have you thought that, maybe? Maybe this is a reference to Kusogrand8 and Blueprints.
It's true. A lot of the keys in that game can both be horizontal and vertical, so... I mean, just depending on how you tip it. Oh my gosh, we've got surfing! The water is trying to get... Don't you want to be near the wave? Isn't that what propels you for... I don't know. I'm asking too many questions. At least the water killed the shark.
Oh my goodness.
This music is very dramatic.
I did promise some of the lore. Would you like it now, or is it time?
Right after I share a picture of everybody's favorite. Oh my gosh, if I can actually get to the folder. Games. There we go. Okay, he's not very jacked, but there's an Anubis in the game. There, you see blueprints. There, proof. Anubis. Go ahead, read the lore. Tell me what this game is all about.
Right. Man-made monster Stitch, called by a mistake because he was out of control and immediately sentenced. On the way to jail, Stitch escaped away, even crossed the space, and landed in an island of Earth.
Ooh.
Recovering identification, Stitch pretended to be the baby dog. In a coincidence, Stitch, adopted by a little girl named Lilo. They lived together with a peaceful life. Then, the female commander of Interplanetary Headquarters sent the strongest soldier, caught Lilo away, and threatened Stitch to surrender.
It's Lilo. It's Lilo. You, like, how do they spell it?
Lilo?
It's Lilo. It's Lilo. Okay, there you go. Keep going.
Okay. Let's see here. I mean, that's the intro. I can find like one of the other parts.
No, that's fine. Well,
it gives you a sense.
He came down, he pretended to be a dog. It's good. Yeah, honestly, the movie's just a classic. It's good stuff. If there's anybody here who has not seen Lilo and Stitch and are wondering, does it hold up? I think it does. Go watch it. Give it a shot. Tell me if I'm wrong.
What do you think about the live action remake's coming Memorial Day? They've been actually starting to advertise it pretty heavily. Were you gonna watch it?
For which one?
Live action remake. You know how Disney has been taking every single one of the movies and turning it live action?
Okay,
this one's next.
You can't call The Lion King live action. It was CGI. It's not live action. Like, I'm sorry, Stitch is not live action. Look at this monster. You literally cannot make live action Lilo and Stitch. That's not how it works.
Well, yeah, no, that's so I did see Minecraft movie, and they did advertise that during the movie. So they did not do the chicken jockey thing really. There was excitement at a number of Minecraft memes, and that one in particular did not like cause a mass riot in the theater. So I did not get to see children, like climbing up the walls at that point. Supposedly they're supposed to be doing that now. I don't know.
I also saw the Minecraft movie. I watched the pre-release version. I watched the not everything is rendered version, and it was so good. It's been a long time since I've laughed so hard at like a movie that otherwise I don't think I would have been able to stand. But yeah, like the broken graphics were so perfect. I need more of that in my life. And legitimately, if they released a version on DVD or something, if they even sell DVDs at this point, if they released a version of the movie before the CGI was perfected and polished up, I would buy it. I think it's fantastic. It's a piece of filmmaking history that needs to be preserved. And I'm so glad somebody did that. Not only that, but like the person who made the Minecraft movie went to my university here. I'm trying to remember. He made Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, Gentleman Broncos.
Right.
And yeah, he went to the university in my town. Lived right near where I lived. Absolutely fantastic weirdo, and I love him. And I feel like that's something that he might consider doing, releasing something that had very big graphical, unpolished stuff, because please do it. If you're watching my stream, Hess, please.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And if you are watching, I actually did like your movie. I did. It's
fine.
weird because
Better than Mario
so
movie.
There are bits of the script that were like, just no, what are you trying to do with this? But I get where they were going with it. It was like they were trying for a certain amount of unreality. Like it was this. It made all the like references to '89 championship at the beginning. It was like, okay, this is going to be like a throwback '90s movie, basically, is what it's going to be. And if you go by that logic, it does actually work. And I do think the actors get, they chew the scenery in the right way. So
yeah, I think that like the challenge of making a Minecraft movie is how much are we going to embrace the source material? And I'm glad they went all the way. They didn't just like say just a little bit. No, they went with every stupid thing that they could. I'm so glad. And they even, what's her name? The main mother in the movie. She was in some of his other movies as well. Not Gentleman Bron, or not Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Like, she's famous for other things. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
I'm looking it up because I got it. Okay, Jennifer Coolidge, duh. Okay, Jennifer Coolidge, fantastic comedian. Definitely gets some very weird roles, and the fact that she was the woman who dated the villager, perfect. No notes. 10 out of 10. Jennifer Coolidge is the only woman who could date a villager from Minecraft and make it feel normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does work in that movie. It's definitely one of the things where that was a bit that would worry me the most when it was coming up, was that particular moment. So back to the game that we're watching here, or we can talk about the movie, I guess, of the game if you want to, since you're talking about movies, but it does look like they've both been on roughly the same pace since the early levels. It's just a matter of that Capndrake hasn't been messing up that much. He really has been. Every time there's been an obstacle, kind of been pretty good about spotting which way to go next. There's a lot of navigation weirdness here, where like you need to remember where the key is or where a certain screw is to move something.
Yep.
And so I did not do that as smoothly as Capndrake has been demonstrating. I a couple times, like I literally zeroed out. Like I can't even figure this. I actually had to restart a level because I got myself stuck because I didn't know which switch I had pushed to cause such and such to happen. So
yeah, there are a lot of puzzle elements for this platformer, and one of the difficult things is that oftentimes when you interact with something, you can't see on screen what it's changing. So, like, I don't necessarily consider that a good thing, but not necessarily a bad thing. It could be done a lot worse. It's just, for a bootleg, this has a surprising number of puzzle elements to it that are actually pretty well executed. Like, it's not just a slide puzzle. That's what I can say about Syntax, okay? Syntax, it's not just a slide puzzle. You're actually getting a game. Yes, it's a bootleg, but it's a game. And there we go, Capndrake, do the little dance, just like in Ice Age, where he shakes his butt at the screen every time you beat the level. Why does Sid the Sloth do that? He just really likes his butt. And apparently Stitch does as well. You know, if you got a booty, show it off. That, you know, today is Easter. We're celebrating, I'm not Christian, but I'll go ahead and say celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. If you believe in God, then all of his creations are beautiful, and Stitch, you're one of his creations, okay? So show off that beauty when you open the door. Oh, watch out. Oh, Capndrake being charged by this thing.
That might have been better to muscle through anyway, especially since got hit already. Just take the iframes and go on through. I was wondering how much of the gameplay would be them like just I'm gonna tank 2 hearts and then try to play it from there kind of gameplay, because you can do that, and certainly there's bits where you can speed up by you know, taking damage, but that's really risky on a blind race because you don't really know what's coming. You might end up with some spot where, you know, they badly designed it in such a way that you have to take damage, or you know, all sorts of things could happen. By the way, those spikes, I guess they're not spikes now that Capndrake is passing, but the spikes are not always damaging for some reason. I landed on them once and like nothing happened. So I don't think the hitbox on that is perfect. I had not experimented, but sometimes you can just jump down there and it doesn't hurt you.
Dude, we're having way too philosophical of a conversation in Twitch chat right now, and maybe I should just pay attention to the stupid little bumblebees instead. Mm-hmm. Look at these crappy bees and the weird Super Mario Brothers 2 sand falling down, you know? Okay, I don't like this music. This music,
I do have a game I'll give out sometime where the Japanese will teach us all about how the Christian theology actually works, but it wasn't appropriate for Disney Day, so you know it'll have to wait in the rafters for another day. But one day we will learn the truth.
It's true. Well, maybe. One day we might learn.
No, the Japanese have it figured out. They have brilliant explanations of how Christian theology works because they understand Christian theology so well. You know that
You know, I'm really happy that Japanese finally like got their hands. Okay, maybe this is oversimplifying, but when like Japanese game devs got their hands on the Apocrypha is like one of the best days that ever happened in video game design because they're like, oh my god, look at this stuff. I need to put together a compilation of Mormon lore so that people can just take it and be like, okay, let's run with it, because there is some truly bizarre stuff. Like Quaker-like people living on the moon. I want to see the moon people in a video game, okay? A planet named Wayne. Yeah, I want to know about the planet named Wayne. We need to learn a little bit more about that. Yeah,
I mean, because there have been Mormon video games, like even on this channel. None of them really tried for that.
The Mormon video games that have been on this channel have usually stayed towards the more known stuff, or towards the Book of Mormon. But when you get into like old school 1800s Mormon lore, oh, it gets weird. It's and I want to share it with people. I want people to know. Okay, you need to know about the governing bodies, and I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about the planets. Yeah, that's right. The govern time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I need to, like, we need to get into, like, the war in heaven. We've got to get it into assembling intelligences. We've got to get into the creation of God. Come on. This is the good shit the good stuff we need to talk about. Come on, everybody.
My goodness. So I grew up Baptist, which is kind of like Mormonism, but with a little fewer books to it. Same amount of weirdness.
Ooh. Yeah, well, Baptist... oh my gosh. For those who don't know, Mormons saw Baptists as like their main opposition, I'd say. Mormons are like, oh, the Baptists are our biggest enemies. I don't think Baptists really gave a crap. They're like, it's just another church out there. But Mormons were obsessed with Baptists.
They did. I remember a number of sermons which served to make fun of Mormons. So there was that element to it. I don't think it was. There was also equal amount with Catholics. I don't think Mormons were being singled out here necessarily.
Okay, well, yeah, the Mormons hated the Catholics as well. Like, considered them like the worst, which is kind of silly. You know. But whatever. Go off and telling us how great you are while you're committing absolutely terrible crimes, landing yourself in prison and then getting killed, not by the government, but by the mobs who are like, the government can't take care of you because you've escaped too many times.
So, see here. Again, Capndrake's got a pretty uncanny sense of the navigation, sense like which direction he ought to be heading to deal with the next obstacle. Which I was getting so confused trying to figure out, okay, which switch goes with this, and like having to just go through everything again. And yeah, he's got a pretty good sense of this is how it's supposed to be managed.
Both players are on the same stage, though.
Yeah. No, we got a good race, and it is certainly possible, especially if one of them dies, which neither of them have died intentionally yet. I mean, unintentionally yet. They had deaths like where they had one health at the very beginning. I guess there was like that auto scroller death, which I don't even know if it was intentional or not. But we certainly haven't had one where they're deep in the level and they die, because that could be a big time change right there, as if that happens. And right now they're sitting at 2, and I mean, that's what I would do, is like maybe get 2 hits as like I just get to walk through this enemy because it's too annoying to deal with, and then after that point just play it safe and wait out the iframes.
Yeah, there is a comment, Nakarashi, saying Trisscorp had a death early on. I think we've had a few, like, 1 or 2 deaths from each person, but sometimes it was like, I've got 1 heart at the beginning of a stage, might as well die.
Yeah, the only deaths I saw, I mean, I was obviously looking at the wrong screen then. The only deaths I saw were like 1 heart at the start of the stage kind of deaths.
Well, there we go. Capndrake on to the next level. Now, if they both get to the same level, but neither of them has a key, then it will be based off of who got there first. If they both have a key, whoever got that key first. Yes, so we do have set up for if there is a tie, whoever got to that point first is going to be the victor here. And because the levels are a little bit non-linear with getting keys, it just makes sense. Get to the level, get the key. You know, it doesn't really matter how close you get to the exit because, you know, it's non-linear going towards the key.
Yeah, there's a situation where it looks like somebody might be farther ahead, but because they didn't turn the right screw around, they're technically farther behind. I mean, that kind of thing I didn't want to have to deal with at all.
Yeah, I think that that's sometimes a good way to approach. I would consider, like, letting the refs know that if it No, because this game has so many like puzzle elements and stuff, I think that's probably the best way. There are occasional times that I'm like, well, if it's clear that the players, you know, if in this section it's clear that a little bit more progress was made by another person, go ahead and rule it. But if it can't be judged based off of progress, then whoever got there first wins. But then again, like, having it more spelled out for referees isn't a bad thing at all. They probably appreciate that.
I also prefer having it spelled out for the players in such a way where they don't ever feel any ambiguity. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, the early days of Kusogrand8, where, like, sometimes I didn't understand the game very well, but I had to make a judgment call, and I'm like, I think you played better. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of late game deaths, so Capndrake did actually have one late in that level, but Trisscorp's still on the previous level, so.
Yep.
We are such we might see it clear. It's possible.
Yeah, Drake dying there isn't necessarily the worst thing, considering that I think he was having a hard time figuring out where to go. So dying to go back towards the beginning might be kind of faster. It's hard to say, though. I don't think in this case it necessarily was.
Yeah, it does. If you've got it mentally mapped out well enough, so you already have like, okay, I think this one that I missed turning is actually what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You see, Capndrake was doing some testing out there of a particular turn thing to see if that was going to affect the one on top or not. So, but there's enough knowledge in this, not just platforming, that I could see somebody saying that they kind of preferred to have a reset, maybe.
Oh, yeah. So. Kapow is saying that Capndrake got to the exit but didn't have a key. So that would make sense to die. I think that that's probably a wise idea to go back to the beginning of the level. And again, it shows the expertise of these players when it comes to blind racing, because, you know, we're sitting here speculating as to the reasons why he might have died. Was it accident, just taking too much damage? No, I think it was very much planned out, just based off of the back and forth that we've gone with chat.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That you're right. Without the key there, it seems like that might be. And so, I actually had that in a. So I had a mystery race. So
yes.
So not Kusogrand8, the other one, right?
Yeah, mystery tournament.
Allegedly good games, allegedly. And this was a soccer platformer that I was playing, and you had to turn these keys along the way, and supposedly they were all like really obviously visible. There were 5 of them, and one of the levels I missed the first one. It was like kind of low on the screen, so it was easy to kind of walk by and miss. And I didn't realize I missed like the very first one, so it was really tricky when I got to the end and nothing happened. So it meant that I missed one. Do I restart the level entirely, or is it faster for me to backtrack? Because it'd be faster to backtrack if I like missed number 4 or number 5. So you get that kind of situation where you're like, I don't know if I want to restart or not, and I chose poorly because I had to walk all the way back and then all the way forward again. I should have just restarted.
There we go. Capndrake has figured out how to get into this room. I think this room has the puzzle piece. Both Trisscorp and Capndrake are on the same level. Neither of them has collected the key, which means that Capndrake is technically in the lead due to having made it here first. But if Trisscorp, Capndrake winning the tiebreaker in that case. If Trisscorp collects a key, though, that moves them into the lead and gives them the chance to stay in the lead due to winning the tiebreaker if Capndrake got a key at that point. But I think Drake might be onto something, Drake, in an area that I don't think he's been in before. And Trisscorp, as far as I can tell, is nowhere near this area. I mean, it's a little bit of a puzzle to actually get up here. You have to flip quite a few switches in order to get up here.
Yeah, Capndrake had to realize, yeah, this is the only one I haven't been down, so the key has to be here, and so I'm willing to take the work to do a bunch of flipping back and forth. And that's that's enough information there that still kind of puts them in the lead, even when they were roughly in the exact same spot. So.
Yep. Okay, I think Capndrake sees where to go. Just don't get hit by aliens. Don't get hit too much, or the weird lemmings with a sword. Don't even know what those guys are. Oh, Capndrake has the puzzle piece.
That's not bad.
I would have looked at the platform underneath the puzzle piece, though. Like, I wonder if there was anything down there. Okay, Capndrake flipping a switch. Is that going to be a helpful switch? I think that I see a door gone, so that's good. I don't like Stitch's crawling animation. It's like he loses the bottom half of his torso and just has to drag the rest of it along. And there we go. There's a key for Capndrake. That's what Drake was looking for. That's precisely what we want. Keys.
Mm-hmm. Now, does Capndrake have memorized all the stuff he needs to do to get to the end? Probably, because...
It looks like Capndrake has indeed, opening up the correct switch, getting the spinny movement across. Capndrake one level ahead of Trisscorp. Trisscorp is still not out of it, though time is getting close. Trisscorp will need to finish this level very, very soon if they want a chance to stay in this. Of course, the players do not know where they are respective to each other, so Trisscorp doesn't know where Capndrake is, but they should know Capndrake is a solid player and probably has already made a lot of progress. So any sort of, like, you do not give up until the end, you know? There is a chance to come back, but yeah, if you're going up against Capndrake, you want to take advantage. This music is very familiar. Why?
Mm-hmm.
What is this music? It feels like it's from an RPG.
I'm thinking here, but you have played more bootlegs than I have, so.
Yeah, maybe I have. Okay, Capndrake, are you able to get up to the key here? Yes. Aha, not the hardest level. Capndrake, a level and a key in the lead. This is huge for him. And honestly, yeah, Capndrake is often one of the people who I consider, like, terrifying to go up against because he's solid. He's really good.
Mm-hmm. I would also say this is a kind of game that I would put him as solid at. You know, anything that's sort of a key-based jumping platformer type game is it's definitely his style. Trisscorp, I would be a little more afraid about more of a modern game, I think. But you know, it's they're good at everything, so it's hard to say. But this definitely, like, if I was having to bet my points before, and I actually didn't check to see who got more points on them, but I would have guessed Capndrake might have had a little more of an edge, possibly, but. You know, I wasn't really sure because this is kind of weird. It was like it's not kind of platformy, but it's sort of sluggish and has all the weird iframes, so that can mess somebody up who's used to normal games.
Yeah, most of the time when I'm choosing a game, I try not to think too much of the players who are going to be playing in it, but if I do happen to know a player who's in it, odds are I'm going to try to choose something that is going to be one of their weaknesses, because if I know you well enough, it means that you've probably done well in the past, and I want to hurt you.
Yeah, no, I'm only thinking about it just now. I literally don't. When I was trying to pick a good Disney game for sure. I mean, I get a little bit of thing because I knew Disney was going to be advertising this a bunch when this was going to happen because of the movie, the remake coming up. So I figured it would be in people's consciousness a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Return to Oz isn't, but that's just a Disney game by US Gold felt like.
Captain Drake not even grabbing the puzzle piece. I think he realizes that, time is very close. Let's just go and try to find the exit. Yeah, this just shaving off a few seconds for the chance to take the victory is definitely a good, strong player move. And there we go, Captain Drake getting to the exit. Trisscorp clearing the level as well. Captain Drake in the lead, though. Trisscorp not opting to save, which, saving those couple seconds rather than taking the safety save at this point is probably the right move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would only be worried about a safety save if I suddenly hit a level that was very, very different than what I'd been experiencing. Because they've been hitting a decent amount of lives. I mean, those stars you kind of hit on the way, even if you're not trying to hit. So you get lives from that. And they've just been good enough at it.
Oh, yeah.
I needed the lives. I mean, I'm not as good as them, so I certainly... But it's funny when I'm trying to prepare this, like, okay, if I was Trisscorp playing this game, how good would I do with such and such? I kind of have to think a little bit, like, is this going to be too easy or not, No,
this game, I wouldn't have really known how long the game is. I think it's probably 16 stages, just based off of the number of puzzle pieces you have to get. In order to clear the complete puzzle, but it's also bootleg, so who knows if it's even completable. Huh. Yeah, and Escorian in chat is pointing out something that is helpful as well, that when it comes to bootlegs, you never know if it's going to crash or not. So, so far, though, we have not had any crashes in this game, so this far into the match, I think just skipping the save is completely fine. You've never needed to load before. Don't worry about it now. If you lose progress, well, the odds of you having made a lot of progress in the last 3 minutes, not super high. Trisscorp, though, has the key and just needs to beat this level. Nope, we've got 10 seconds left. It is not happening, everybody. And we can stop listening to this nightmare music because this is time. Congratulations to all of the viewers, sympathies to the players, and mostly congratulations to Trisscorp because Captain Drake is the winner and Trisscorp no longer has to suffer. Yeah, you like what I did there? You like it? No, seriously, Trisscorp did a fantastic job and gets a little freedom now. Captain Drake will be moving on. A very close match. Trisscorp honestly almost caught up. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they're going to come and chat with me. How do you feel the players did?
That was fantastic. By the way, this is the only video evidence on the internet now of some of the levels. I mean, I played through levels and, there was no video of it. I had to figure it all out. There's no walkthrough or anything. So now somebody else in the future could actually get up to this point if they don't want to figure out every single one of those switches.
Yeah, everybody, if you ever saw the game Ice Age and thought, what if Ice Age except better in every single way and not with those stupid auto-scrollers, play Firmament, baby, or Space Baby. Highly recommended. Yeah, I don't see the players hopping into chat. I'll give them... there's Trisscorp. Captain Drake usually doesn't chat just because of mic stuff, I believe. But Trisscorp is here. Hello, Trisscorp.
Hello.
Hey, so it looks like you... I'm just going to go ahead and check the ref sheet to make sure that I've got the information here. You're on level 13, and Captain Drake made it to level 14. It was extremely close between you two, especially towards the end where you were on the same level and neither of you had a key. Like, legitimately, in the last 10 minutes, there was a chance that you were going to pass Capndrake and move into the lead. It was exciting to watch. No, Trisscorp. Unfortunately, you lost, but this is a way to go. Putting that much pressure on Capndrake, fantastic. Not only that, but like, you're not free from Kusogrand8, at least for the rest of this year. Or for the rest of this tournament, you know? But I think you should feel happy about how you did. You put on a really good performance here.
Yeah, Capndrake is no joke, and
Oh, yeah.
I think the one death really did me in at the end of one level.
Yeah, I do know that Capndrake had a couple unfortunate things. One time he got to the end of the level with no key, and ended up dying. We believed it was on purpose, and yeah, it was, because the key was right towards the beginning of the level. And that was a pretty big setback. I think both of you had a couple of those setbacks. You know, you had an unintentional death. Capndrake just missed the key one or two times and had to go back to the beginning. So about the same number of... I'm not even sure you can call them mistakes, just because the game, you know, the levels get pretty big and non-linear, so it's really like a game of try to figure out, is there any way for a bootleg to tell me which direction I should be going? Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say that it's more logical than a lot of bootleg games out there. Still not as much as, like, non-bootlegs, but there's a little logic to it.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to take it risky, go for damage boost or not, but then I saw when you start the whole stage over again, I decided to go and take it safe.
Yeah, that's fair. And a little bit safer, like just making sure you're not taking too much damage is helpful. But the enemies have so many iframes, it lasts forever.
And they all take 3 hits.
Yeah.
Every single one.
They all take 3 hits, they all have 1 million iframes. What the crap? Just die.
Yep.
Oh.
The auto scroller. What's up with like dying because of the left side of the screen? It happened to me once. I was like at 3 health and I was like dead.
Are you talking about the auto-scroller?
I'm just letting Capndrake know that basically the only speedrun out there right now is 3 hours long, but you were about 2 levels away from the end, so if you went and finished this, and we're still recording, technically that's world record.
He said it wasn't an intentional death, by the way. I just asked in chat, the one that was near the end, Capndrake had gotten because he didn't have the key.
Oh, it was? Or wasn't?
It was not intentional.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so Capndrake just died conveniently on accident.
Yes, it was conveniently.
All right. Yeah, well, dang it. All of this speculation about how brilliant both of you are. Am I just making stuff up, Trisscorp? Are you brilliant?
They're still brilliant.
I think Capndrake is a bit better than me, so...
I think you're both.
It was to be expected.
Yeah, I gotta ask, what do you think of this game overall? Space Baby, Firmament Baby, obviously a bootleg, but for a bootleg, how was it?
It's okay. It's a bit clunky, but... Yeah, you open doors. Sometimes the doors close and... Yeah, you just move through the level and collect keys and... Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the most exciting game, but it actually has a few interesting puzzle elements. And I'd say that for a bootleg, it's not the worst out there. Like, I'd rather take this than from other companies. Syntax actually put some effort into their bootlegs.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know if anything is ripped on another game or something.
Say what? I think you cut out a little bit there.
Is any of the game, is it ripped, like, sprites and stuff, ripped from another game?
I'm not sure about the sprites. I know that the music is at least used in several of the bootlegs. It might have been stolen from somewhere else. I believe that some of the assets were taken. The Lilo and Stitch assets, though, I'm not sure. They might have been made by the developers. They might have been taken from another game. I just didn't have a whole lot of information about that. Yeah. But with that said, Trisscorp, unfortunately, you are out of the tournament. For the better part, you don't have to play any more of these bad games. And in addition, because of the gratitude and the kindness of our subs and the people who have tipped, we do have prizes for this Kusogrand8, so make sure you hit me up. I will be giving you up to $30, I think, gift cards work the best these days over on Steam, as well as the movie Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, because the Martians, they were asking for it. They don't celebrate Christmas. They don't celebrate Easter as well. It's kind of stupid. Mars is weird. Yeah,
Exactly.
But I'll be happy to get those over for you. We also have the tradition of asking for your last words so we can put them nice and neat on your tombstone. So, Trisscorp, do you have any last words?
Oh.
I know you never know what to say when you're just about to die.
Exactly. Egg. We go with Erm.
Erm. I like that. That's great. Bookworm, thanks for resubscribing. Good to have you here. For those who are subscribed, by the way, chat, we're going to be doing a sub-choice game after this because my OBS has been stable enough that I think we can do that. Trisscorp, anything that you'd like to plug before we let you go? An Omega number after Trisscorp, for sure.
I don't have anything. I'm trying to figure out what next to play.
Ooh, anything that you've got your eye on?
I'm kind of interested in this Blood of What is it called? Blood of Bahamut. I can see it.
That sounds interesting.
It's like a DS action RPG.
Okay.
I said DS. Sorry.
No, I like action RPGs. You'll have to send me the link sometime. That sounds interesting to me, actually. Reverend Gumby, thank you for the sub as well. Omega Number, how about you? Anything you'd like to plug or anything that you're playing that people should check out?
I mean, it's not a video. I'm almost to the end of 1982 on all adventures. I've got, so that means I'll have played every adventure game all the way up through 1982, and then I'll start in 1983, like probably next month.
Ooh, all of the text adventures?
Every adventure, not just text.
What about the Polish ones?
Yeah, I played. I've played stuff in a couple languages now that I don't really know, but I figured it out anyway. So
What?
like Dutch has got a couple names.
Yes.
Yeah, I just get a dictionary and figure it out.
Oh my god.
I mean, a lot of people learn English that way, so I just started. Yeah, I'm getting a little better at Japanese because I've had to play a couple Japanese games now. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It has a direction to it. Like, if a lot of these games I would not play normally. Like, some of them are just bad, you know.
I said even the Polish ones as a joke, okay? But
Yeah.
you've played them.
I don't know when the first Polish one is. I don't think it's until 84. I'd have to look.
It
but
might be a little later.
I've done a bunch of French ones, and my French is horrible. Yeah. Fun.
Oh yeah.
One of them was a pocket calculator. So you know, the old calculators that like actually also were computers. Somebody
Okay.
made a game on that was an adventure game in French.
Ooh.
Because like in France, again, those were a little more widely distributed than in the States for various reasons. So they actually have a lot of type-ins that are pocket calculator games in France.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. One of these days, maybe I'll get a pocket calculator game for Kuso. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well,
All
thank
right,
you
take
both
care.
so much. We're going to take off, everybody. We're going to do a 2-minute ad, and then I will be back, and I'll play something. So stay around. Those who want, for those who are subscribed, feel free to consider games that you may wish to give me. See you in a couple minutes. Thank you, Trisscorp.
Thank you so much.
See ya.